Hello guys, welcome back. In this tutorial, we are going to talk about constructors. Before you jump into constructors, we are going to run this program and we are going to, and so right now I am using this class from the previous tutorial. So we have created a class called cat class and we have two instance variable called name and size, and there is a method called display method. The instance variable are set to private, means no one will be able to access them from outside. So let's go ahead and execute this. So right now I have created an object of this class, new cats, cat c is equals to new cats, and we are displaying the c.display. The point to note here is I am not setting the values of name and size. So when you don't do it, what happens? When you don't set the name and size of this cat, what values get fetched? So here, if you don't set any values, so now if we look at the output of the program, let's go to debug only. Yeah. It has said the name of my cat is null and size of my cat is null. So here, when you don't initialize the instance variables, they get a default value of null. But let's say you wanted, whenever you create an object of the class, you also want to set these values. So the way to do that is through constructors. What are constructors? Constructors are used to initialize these instance variables. Sorry about my handwriting. I'm not habitual of using this mouse. By default, the Apex gives you the default constructors. Now, what is a constructor? Constructor has the same name as the class name. It has the same name as the class. So if I wanted to create a constructor in this class, I'm going to call it as public and cats. This has the same name as the class. It does not have the return type, means there is no void, nothing else. There is no return type, just we have a method, we have a return type. And so this is what a constructor looks like. So let's say I wanted to set the values of these instance variables whenever I create an object. So string and comma integer s. So whatever the user is passing from the name, I am going to put it in the name. And the size will be S. So the assignment happens from right to left. So whatever this in there, and it's going to go ahead and save into name. So now if I go back here, let me go ahead and save this. So I have created a constructor here. So now if I go back here and execute this, I can say name of my cat Pina, and size, let's say 10. So now what's going to happen is when I say cat c is equals to new cat and I pass these parameters. So what happens here is this Bina is passed to n and this 10, this particular 10 is passed to s. So now you are passing this whatever is there in the end to the name. So name is equals to Bina and the size gets a value of 10. So now if you go back here, so this is a constructor. So this is called the constructor of the class. Constructor has the same name as the class name, and you can give the parameters also. So this is the constructor with the parameter. So now if you go ahead and run this, it's go ahead and produce some output. So now name of my cat is Beena and size of my cat is 10. So when you want to initialize the values of the object, when you are creating an object, you can use the constructor also. So this is one constructor I have created. You can also create as many constructor as you want. Let's say this is the constructors which take 2 parameters. So now let's say if user doesn't set anything, if user doesn't pass anything, and I want to create the default constructor. So this is the constructor without the parameter. So here the name I can set to, let's say, Tina, and the size of the cat is 9. So whenever the user does not pass these values, let's say if I go ahead and create another cat without calling these constructors, cats, I have created another constructor without, which doesn't take any parameter, and I am saying new of cats, and I am saying c2 dot of display. So what's happening here is the display c2 of display is going to call this particular method, this method display, and I'm going to C of display is it's going to call these values, and C2 of display means it's going to call this constructor, and the name of this constructor is Tina and the size is 9. So if you run this, the output of the program, one of the output is this one, Bina and 10, and the other one will be Tina and 9. Let's save this. So I go ahead and execute this. So let's go to debug only. It's going to be name of cat Tina, size is 9, and name of cat is Bina, size is 10. So this is called as constructors. I repeat, constructor has the same name as the class name, and constructor does not have the return type. Constructor is used to set the values of the instance variable when you are creating the object. So this is about constructors. I will see you in the next tutorial. Till then, have a good day.